Hello knockouts, TonyaTko here, and excuse the disheveled look. I'm on my way to the gym to get my morning shower, etc. But I was driving and I've been thinking about this, and I just wanted to share this with you all. I've been old my whole life. I've been old. You know, I started reading those Terry McMillan books when I was 14. And so all of my life I've wanted to be 35. I've mentioned this to you guys before, and it just dawned on me today how much of my life has been spent living for a time which is not now. You know, what makes this come to mind is that, people are saying all of these different things on the internet about me. I'm a scammer, I'm a user, I'm an actress, I'm a fake, all of this stuff. Even now they're saying I'm a prostitute and all of this other stuff, right? And I'm sitting here, and it actually, in some perverse way, it actually feels kind of good. It's like, I look back over the course of my life, and I think about how old I've always been. I've always been so old. It's like I started out as a child trying to figure out what it is that I need to do to make it out of the ghetto, to become a woman. So my whole life was living for the future. It's like, if my parents told me this was the right thing to do, if the teachers and the principals and these people told me this was the right thing to do, that's what I did. And so I listened to the adults around me, and I did stuff by the book. Did it by the book. I didn't risk. I thought it was silly to risk and take silly chances, making these mistakes that other people who knew more than me had or were instructing me not to do. And so I feel like it's like, I don't know, there feels like there's such a freedom in being bad. I don't know, it's like I feel like I've spent all of my life just wanting to be something other than what I was, or what it was that I would have become without that instruction. It's like my whole life I spent just trying not to become what I thought I would have become had I not listened to these people. And it's like, I don't know. So it's like, I think about all of the time that I've spent just unhappy in my situation. I was unhappy in middle school. I was unhappy in grade school. I was unhappy in high school. I was unhappy in college. I wanted all of that all of that little stuff to be gone. I wanted it to be gone. I told you guys this story. I didn't identify with it. I didn't want to get stuck there. Everything just seemed it just wasn't what I wanted. I wanted something different. I wanted to be a woman. I wanted to be strong. I wanted to be powerful. I wanted to be classy. And so I never took the time to be a child. I didn't take the time to be a child. So it's like I think about when I was just a few moments ago I was thinking about how bad things could seem. But yeah, so it's like I spent all my life trying to figure out how not to be here where I was. And I was thinking about how in high school, there were so many problems. Everybody's the cliques and the this and the that. And in college, I didn't have money and I was hungry, and there's a lot of classes and this and that. And it was like, always seemed to be problems. I always wanted to be someplace else where there were not these problems. And I started thinking about my current situation and where it is that I am right now. And I started thinking about how things seem kind of bad. But then I said to myself, what if things are really not that bad? What if things are not that bad? What if it's like high school, where you think that it's so bad while you're in the moment, and then you look back and you're like, wow, that was an exciting time. I was young, I was full of energy, I ran track, I was in shape, and it was like the things that I had friends, and we had BFFs, and we had slumber parties and all this stuff. So I'm like, and then in college, it was like, I spent so much time waiting to get out of that situation, and then once it was over, I was like, oh wow, we had step shows, and we had the pledging, and we had on-campus housing, and we had dating for the first time, and coming up with our rules and all that other stuff, right? And I'm like thinking, well, what if this moment that I'm in right now is not so bad? What if there's actually something beautiful about this? So that when I'm old, I'll be like, you know what, Tonya? Remember that time. What if it's like that? And so it's like, do I wait to get out of the situation to be like, you know what, that was actually kind of fun. Despite it all, it was kind of fun. So I'm gonna look for parking. There's a lot of people pulling around me. I'm gonna pledge this to you all. I want you to look at your own life and kind of see. Look at your own life and see. What is it that you may be overlooking that is really beautiful about this part of your journey? It may not be perfect, honey. It may not be perfect. But what is it about the moment, this moment of now, which is beautiful, which is lovely, which is magnificent? Okay, I think I found parking. Perfect. What is it about this part of the journey that you can find beauty in? So it's like, I'm gonna find beauty in what's going on right now. How do I find beauty in it, even though it seems funky and it seems kind of messed up? And it's like, I don't want to wait until it's over and it's past to kind of figure out what was beautiful then once it's over. And now I understand why people talk about the power of now, living in the now, being present to right now. Now I understand. Because it's like we all have choices. Life is a choice. Life is filled with choices. And one of the choices is what we're going to do to realize and actualize happiness, or whatever it is that we want in our lives. Let me get out of here because I really want to go wash up. So